Next Best Picture. Hi, Sydney. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. I love your background.
Oh, yes. I think you know which one this is.
I do. I love it.
Thank you so much for your time today. Congratulations on a wonderful film, like all the senses and emotions type of performance that you portray in this film. Is it kind of hard to kind of have to go back and maybe revisit a lot of difficult moments with this film and just so much of yourself that you have to put in for it?
Honestly, no. I am so proud of this film, and I had such an amazing time throughout the entire process. It's actually a delight to talk about it over and over again. And I love Christy, and I'm just happy that people are talking about her and her story is getting out there. So I'm enjoying the process.
Good, good. I felt the really just the inspiring elements of Christy throughout various facets of her life through watching this film. Of course, you have a badass boxer. You have a badass woman who is unapologetically herself. You have a fighter in more ways than one in this film. For yourself, what was maybe the most inspiring thing about being Christy, about learning her story and just getting to be in her world?
The most inspiring part, I think it's seeing who she is now. Like seeing and in my own way experiencing her life through art and going through what she went through, and then seeing who she is as a person today and how generous and kind and funny, and she is a fight promoter and she still does what she loves and she didn't let any of it stop her. She married Lisa and she is proudly gay, and I'm just completely in awe of her. And I think that's one of the most inspiring parts, is seeing someone who honestly went through hell but came out the other side and is like, look, that's not going to define who I am. And she's strong and just an amazing person.
I've loved seeing her joining you and the cast through the press tour too, and just showing again, total badass that she
She
is.
is. She is.
I know that so much of this film, especially when it comes to boxing sequences, that's so rehearsed, that is so choreographed down to the very minute so that you as performers feel comfortable. But oh my gosh, I still feel like I would be so terrified to see these big gloves coming toward me. I mean, how do you what is the mindset that you take in those moments as you're preparing to do those scenes and just, putting yourself in that world?
I came to life in the ring. So one of my first things that I said to everyone, I was like, hit me. And can I hit you? So every fight that you see, we're actually hitting each other. There are bloody noses. I got a concussion. Like we are brawling in there. And then every fight scene that you see is an actual fight from Christy's life. So it's not like we were just randomly choreographing fights. We actually studied Christy's real fights and took the exact combinations and inserted them into these fights. So I was learning to box, but I was also learning how to fight and do exactly what Christy did. But yeah, all those fights you see, we're connecting. I'm getting hit in the face. I'm hitting girls in the face. Like it was awesome.
Why was it that you came alive in the ring for that?
I grew up doing it and I loved
Mhm.
it. And I also think that Christy, I mean, I know Christy came to life in the ring. It's where she felt free. It's where everything went quiet. It's where she got to finally like unleash herself. And I didn't want to have to hide that. I didn't want to have to be on the back of my head because it's a stunt girl. I didn't want to have to like cut it up and be choppy because you can't have the camera there for too long or else you won't see the hit connect. I wanted to be able to live in those moments because that is where you see so much of Christy.
More power to you, girl. Again, I'm saying like I was wincing just watching watching you and your opponents go at it. I don't know how you do it, but that is incredible. It's so commendable. So
Thank you.
congratulations on that. Um, I hate to kind of have to hard shift to, of course, the really the underbelly and the dark underbelly of this film. She has the fights in the rings, but it's really about the fight that she is living within herself and in her home. And the domestic violence scenes in so many different ways in this film are very difficult to watch. It's understandable why. Um, how do you and your director and just all the people that you are on set with kind of tackle moments such as that? What is most important for you when it comes to a day such as that?
Well, we know we're providing a vessel for someone else's truth. So we know the
Mhm.
importance of it, we know the weight of it, and we know that it will hopefully help other people once it's shown on screen. So I think that there's a lot of care that goes into it. Like David, like he puts so much love and thought and care into every moment of that, and that just trickled down to everybody else on set, the crew and the cast. And so the respect for it went into it, and the love for it went into it. And that was actually the first week of our filming. So that whole first week of Monday to Friday was everything within the house of Jim and I. And then that first Friday was the I don't know if I'm spoiled, but if I can spoil, but when
The scene. Mhm,
yeah, it's
mhm.
the scene. And then that following Monday, we snap back to Christy at 24 years old, and she's going to the gym for the first time. And that's when we had Christy come to set for the first time, because we didn't want her there during the first week, and she didn't really want to be there for that either. And then she came that first Monday. And when she walked in, everyone went completely silent, and the crew just started applauding her. It was like a 10-minute just round of applause for her, and people were crying. And I think that the crew knew the story because they've all read it, but then they saw it as we filmed it, and then for her to walk in, it was such a moving experience. And in that moment, I think people just were like, wow, the story that we're telling is so important. And that was just the vibe throughout the entire process.
That's amazing to have to start with something such as that, and then I guess just kind of you get to move on and focus on the more physicality aspects of it. I guess when you get to face Christy after doing something such as that, and then really just in general as you get to speak with her about that, are those just absolutely special moments for you as a performer?
Every time I get to be with Christy, it's always a delight. Uh, Especially during filming, I felt like I just had her in my corner all the time. It was fun whenever we were filming fighting scenes and she'd be there, I'd hear her screaming from the bottom of the ring, like, hit her with the left hook. And I'm like, I felt like I was in a real fight. And we would call cut, and I'd go down. I'm like, Christy, you know that I'm gonna hit her. You know what I'm gonna do. These are your fights. And she goes, I know, it just feels so real. And it was just always, it was so much fun. It was honestly a lot of fun.
I love that. What a great champion for your corner. I did want to ask with my final question. You said, of course, boxing is where Christy came to life and really stepped into her own. I'd love to know, is acting that thing for you? Do you feel that you just get to be the best possible version of yourself on whatever project you're working on?
It's interesting because I definitely come to life when I'm on set, but I'm being someone else. So I'm in a way free and having fun because I'm getting to do what I love, and I'm getting to be all these different people. But the most free and myself that I am is when I go home and I'm with my family and I'm skiing and I'm with my cousins. And I think that's like the most me.
That's very beautiful. I have to wrap up, but thank you so much, Sydney, for your time and really
Thank you.
congratulations again on this film.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.